Technology has evolved, and with its evolution, it has changed the way we live our lives. It helps us finish our tasks, be more productive, and helps us connect with each other through social media. But with all its benefits, there's a serious issue that has arisen: trolling. But what is trolling?
Trolling would be the act of throwing a joke at a particular topic online.
There is many definitions of trolling. Like for me, I have three. The one that make everyone laugh, the one that make everybody mad, and the one that make everyone laugh except the guy who's being trolled.
Trolling, I imagine, would be using online resources to harass, abuse, just generally be nasty online anonymously.
But is it a joke or an insult?
It depends on the level. It might be intended as a joke, but it could be malicious and therefore not nice. It can be extreme, so I would probably say it is one or the other, or even in the more extreme, a lot more dangerous than just an insult or a joke. So it depends on the level of trolling.
It's said in a manner where the person who's doing the trolling is just kidding. It's not really too insulting. Probably it's a joke, otherwise it would be offensive and rude.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, a troll is a person who makes a deliberately offensive or provocative online post. And thanks to advances in technology, trolling can occur on any platform that has access to the internet and social media, such as smartphones, tablets, and even personal computers. But how would you respond to a troll?
I laugh, I troll them back.
From my experience, I would say I just accept that was a joke. It's not insulting.
Personally, I would ignore it because if you give attention to these people, you're only adding fuel to the fire. You're not really doing anything.
I try and find out who they are and I deal with it. Hopefully it's a man and then I can deal with it like a man. If it's a woman, it's going to be a bit more difficult. As a man, I think I'd know how to deal with it.
Does being anonymous give you the right to do or say whatever you want?
No, I believe in free speech, I believe in the freedom of free speech, but at the same time, there has to be, I suppose, a line that can't be crossed. And I think in trolling, if you're inciting hatefulness, or you're inciting anger, or you're looking to incite aggressiveness, which ultimately is what trolling is about, trying to incite anger in other people by saying hateful or hurtful things. So I think it's dangerous and there needs to be looked at seriously.
It gives you the power to do so, but not the rights. Many people would just do it for the sake of doing it without even realizing the results or the chain reaction that occurs after they troll.
I think people think that it gives them the rights, but I personally don't think people should be mean or use that advantage.
A study shows that 77% of Americans believe that anonymity contributes to trolling. And another study shows that 1/3 of millennial Americans admit that they are internet trolls. But does trolling have anything to do with age or maturity?
Yeah, I would say without knowing the full profile of people who are trolls, but I mean, there's definitely an age-related thing. First of all, it wasn't particularly accessible to people that are probably over 45. It just wasn't technology they ever used. But I think it is, and I think there's probably people that are kind of partial trolls that maybe will be once they get a little more mature and they realise. Because, for instance, if there's a larger Facebook group, for instance, or some social media group that's connected to a school and one student's being nasty or a bit mean to the other and having a laugh at their expense, that's stuff that's always gone on through every generation. But as you get a little bit older, you realise that's not a nice thing to do.
Yes, I think most trolls are kids who shouldn't be online.
Yes, teenagers, they do enjoy bullying, they do enjoy trolling. There was a time when teenagers in school they love doing this, they feel like they are heroes.
Maturity, yes, but I don't really think maturity is related to age. You have people in their 50s and 60s who would still act like children or vice versa. So you might even have a troller in his 40s, while a child in his 13-year-old child or a child in his teens would not troll.
Should the government hire IT professionals to deal with these trolls?
There's a tough question now because you've got the desire for privacy. I don't know about the government. Maybe media groups within just blocking. I mean, you can block people's access, right? Because you do see some stuff and it's obscene what people are doing, defiling maybe a remembrance website to somebody who's deceased. I mean, that's just obscene. You know, you deserve a punishment for that, definitely. But yeah, getting into people's privacy, I think it's going to be pretty difficult actually, because it's transnational. You know, if you're trying to track somebody down who's using a service routed through Russia or the US, what's your chances of actually tracking them down? It's pretty small actually.
If someone has done something that is wrong, and again it depends on the level, but if someone has done something that is very wrong, incited hatefulness, or been hateful to someone, or bullied someone, there's no place for me in society for that, for hatefulness or bullying. I'm very against it personally. And I think that the actions, there should be some consequences for people that cross that line, that have led to extreme bullying or cases where people have taken their own life. Then I do believe they should have to face some consequences. But how to police that is very difficult.
They can do that, but that will be like they will get in his personal life. What is he doing? What is up for?
A recent survey shows that 14% of Americans don't believe trolls can be fought. So should there be a law in place to help protect people from trolling?
Yes, I think it needs to be looked at. You can't in society go out and do something wrong and get away with it. So why should you be able to do it on the internet and get away with it? So I do think, unfortunately, because I love the internet and the freedom that it offers people and the knowledge sharing that it offers people, but if it's inciting hatred, then I do believe that there needs to be some laws in place, and that's maybe up to individual governments, I suppose.
Yeah, because it is a harmful thing to do. It could be very insightful. You could cause a lot of trouble. You know, they have the term "sticks and stones may break my bones," but words could do no harm. But that's just not true. Words can be very insightful if you're writing something profane or sectarian or racist. Yeah, you can cause a lot of trouble. People could use that power to incite things.
There should probably be a penalty or some other sense, but it should not be something as severe as theft or murder per se, with the exception of, say, the person suiciding after the troll or any other serious consequences.
It's very difficult to implement a law like that because no one really knows who those anonymous people are. It's very difficult to do that.
Luckily, such a law already exists. In its current form, it is known as the Malicious Communications Act of 2003. The Act states that any malicious message, be it in text or media form, sent from person to another, can be and will be held accountable by the law. And since its introduction, 5 people every day end up in prison because of trolling. So in conclusion, we can see that trolling in itself is slowly but surely becoming an illegal activity, one that causes more harm than good. Yes, it may be funny. Yes, it may seem harmless at first, but at what cost? It can cause some serious psychological and emotional effects on the people that are being trolled, and some of them even view it as a new form of bullying.
Trolling is a problem, but we need to educate people around us, not to take it so emotionally, not to react quickly. Take your time and educate people around us, that's what.